Like to hear it, there we go.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting for. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing, a steady pour of sharing, a steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glen Carry. So pull up a chair, grab a glass, and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
A steady pour what? A steady pour what? A steady pour what? What up?
You're still vibing on that.
Welcome to a Steady Pour podcast.
Pour in the house.
I'm your poor coach Drew,
Go.
Tony, what's up?
Darius, what it do?
and we are your co-hosts with another episode where we get to review some dope whiskey.
As always.
Sir.
We got two with us.
Yes, we do. Número dos.
Some heavy hitters.
Yeah,
Heavy hitters.
and we got they're out of Indiana.
Yeah, that's right.
We've been to their facility.
That's true.
We have.
Yes, facility, their farm
Quite lovely experience.
for the family, for everybody.
It's definitely a family. That's
It
very
is.
true.
You can
For
bring the whole
everybody.
family out there.
And we leave almost forgetting who we are because of the tasting experiences that
Oh,
that's
man. That was
in their
intense.
rick house that is just straight out the barrels. That's how it's done.
It's like that barrel. This one. You want this one? You want that one? You want that one?
Yeah.
Just
Should we say the
nonstop.
name of what we're talking about?
I mean, by now,
I'm like, nah, I'm sure
by
they
now.
know.
What if we just went the whole episode and like, yeah, you know,
Can you
that
guess?
spot.
We're talking Starlight Distillery.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we've been out there a couple times.
That was the spot that told us to just fling whatever we didn't want to drink on the barrels, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It felt weird at first,
It
but
did.
I got used
Don't
to
get me
it.
wrong.
Definitely get into it.
We wanted to drink it. It was just
It's too much.
it was too much. We wanted to try.
It's a lot.
It was
we wanted to try so
nonstop,
much, so you can't drink
total
everything.
action, literally.
No.
It just kept it coming.
We had to be disciplined. You know what I mean?
Right. You can't be drinking
There's
a house
whiskey
pour of
connoisseurs out
everything.
here.
I tried to warn you guys a little bit. I was like, yeah, you
did?
gotta be careful out there.
Yeah.
And it was near the end of the trip, so
Yeah.
my palate was fried at that point.
I was like, this is all just delicious. I want it all. Just keep it coming.
Well, Tone and I was able to sneak back out there
Yeah.
while we happened to be in.
That actually
Louisville.
wasn't planned.
No.
The trip was planned, but us going out there wasn't
Yeah,
really on the agenda.
Because once we knew we were out there, they were like, "Oh, we're releasing our family reserve,
Right.
which was distillery release only,
Yep.
right?"
Yes, sir.
And we were like, "Oh, we're gonna be there around that time."
Hold on.
Might as well.
Yeah. So, and remembering from our previous times, we were like, "We are not driving out there. We got to get this Uber."
Mm-hmm.
And we took this Uber out all through the farmlands of Indiana. Yes, we went through all the farmlands from city through the farmlands.
About what, 20-minute drive out, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. And we had to ask the driver, like, we can get a ride back, right? Like, if we call them.
You will pick us up.
Like, you
correct?
will come out here, right?
he was like, I won't.
But you might get lucky.
But when we got there, they were doing this a dope release where not only did they have their reserves for sale, but they had some of the other selections, right? I think.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was like they had different stations set up at tables, basically. Like each person in the family had their own like pick that they did, yearly pick.
That's kind of cool.
So, Christian had his own. His brother Blake had one. Ted had his own. The dad, he had one. And then they had the
full family.
the family reserve, which is
Okay.
like kind of the cream of the crop. That was like the last one they had. And then they also had some other
Even Bourbon
varieties.
Buzz was there with
Yeah,
his pick.
yeah.
The Spanish fly. Or,
Yeah, Spanish wine. Hold on. I don't think it was Spanish fly.
Wait, what?
But,
Cut that out.
Shout out to Tyler, man. Yeah, he was out there just photographing, actually, and we ran into him. You know, we'd know him from IG, basically. And so we got him to drop some whiskey bars. That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope time.
Got to try his pick, which I picked up a bottle of. And I think you picked up a different bottle, too. So, I mean, there was a lot going on.
So many bottles.
Mr. Right. Finish.
Yeah. But,
and that was also during the holidays. So we got, if y'all saw, we got Santa to drop some bars.
we did get some Santa bars.
Yeah, we got Santa bars.
Santa to drop some bars before going out.
That's fantastic.
My man was such a professional. I was like, this might actually be Santa.
It's really good.
Man.
If I had to pick one that was like, you know,
he's
Saint Nick.
I mean, checking that list.
But shout out to Andrew, man. He actually hooked us up with these bottles to do this review. So, you know, big shout out to the homie, man.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Definitely.
So we get a chance to review them.
So I say let's get into it.
So
do what we came to do.
I think the lower proof on these is actually the rye. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rye.
And I think that's what, 119?
Yeah, the low is 119.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm not mad at 119, right? I'll take that.
You know. Wow, I like that nose.
I love it.
I like it.
And this is the rye, right?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any mash bills, any stats on this joint?
No
Any
stats.
attributes?
I was reading before, so basically they're talking about how out of all the barrels that they have, they run across special barrels that they pull aside for these family reserve, basically.
Okay.
So that's what they do for the bourbon and the rye, and I think that's a yearly release, right, Drew?
right.
So yeah, theoretically they should be coming out with a family reserve sometime this year around the same time.
And it's always just a single barrel, basically?
Yes, a bourbon and a rye.
Okay.
That they do for that. And people come out, man. There was, I mean, when we were there was quite a few people that lined up and came in to probably get that every single year if you live around there. So
I'm getting a lot of bread and butter on the nose.
yeah, it was very bready.
Like a loaf.
Like a loaf.
Sara Lee honey wheat.
But I'm definitely getting that creaminess too.
I'm definitely getting just the general notes of like sweet and spicy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very sweet. I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the aroma.
I know you said we can't use brown sugar, but I'm getting some.
That
I'm getting
applies
some.
to that,
I'm
man.
getting
That's not
some.
what I said.
I'm getting some molasses.
He said he's trying to
That's
expand.
not what I said.
I'm
I
getting
I
some.
am challenging myself.
Okay.
Not
Hold on, wait, I
you.
got it. I'm getting some vanilla extract.
Did you just say extract?
It's the southern slang in me. I'm coming from the south.
Southern North.
I can't pronounce it, so forgive that if you heard that. Because Kyle's gonna correct me every single time. Did you say extract? Aflac. I'm getting vanilla Aflac on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what I meant, bro. You know what I meant.
It's got a little spiciness on the nose there too. A little, you know, might be
bit of
that
rye.
proof kicking in. Yeah, I mean, you know,
It's
Not
an
a bad
inviting.
thing, I'm just saying.
It's inviting me to taste.
Already.
I was invited a while ago.
oh yeah,
I love the first of all, definitely does not drink 119 off rip.
no,
And not even close.
Oh my god.
And then and then
really doesn't drink like
this is delicious.
right, and the bread and butter follows through on the palate. It's silky.
This is silky.
It has a nice mouthfeel.
sweet.
Yeah,
It feels great on the palate.
that's really good.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, it totally coats the palate, like you said.
That's nice.
Nice finish. That's really good.
It's not a terribly long finish.
No, I was going to say the same thing.
no.
But it's so good. It doesn't need to be a long finish because
The proof is enough there that it sticks with you.
It hugs you a bit.
Yeah. in a
Still
good way.
doesn't drink nowhere near.
What would you say it drinks at? I mean, it's definitely over 100. Like, it's definitely like There's a little bit of proof.
I was gonna
to
say
it.
100 flat.
Really?
Yeah, I was about
I was gonna say the same thing, like
I
a
was gonna
bottle
say
and bond.
Bond.
It has that
Yeah.
bottle and bond kind
Right.
of like feel to it as far
I think
as
that
proof
hub
goes.
tells you a little different, but you know.
If we're not saying
what?
100,
The hub?
I was gonna say 102.
Right.
I'm not even getting a hub. I'm
No,
getting a little-
nowhere above 105.
Yeah.
But that flavor though,
There's some other notes in that flavor I'm trying to get.
it's a lot going on in that flavor.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
All right, guy.
Almost like a root beer or something, or like a super, I don't know, like a carbonated, like a dark carbonated note to it.
Cream soda.
Yeah, cream soda's a little lighter, I think.
I agree.
You getting like a Dr. Pepper?
Maybe, yeah, maybe that.
Maybe like a
I don't know why I'm
slight-
thinking root beer, but
Because I'm not really getting root beer.
no.
But I understand.
Birch beer,
It,
something in that.
I might have to go with the
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
RC Cola.
No, because I'm not really
Starry.
getting the cola. It doesn't have that same. It's got more of a spicy bite
Spicy,
to
little
it.
kick to it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than a cola does. Cola gives me more sweet, more sugary.
I agree.
notes.
Yeah.
Ginger beer? No.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I mean,
But I'm getting what you. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That carbonated,
Uh-huh.
like
Right.
Dr. Pepper. But for me, it's at the finish, towards the finish.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it doesn't have like I think Dr. Pepper. I think cinnamon
Yeah.
type of a feel to it. It doesn't have that.
no.
It doesn't have that. But I know what you
You
mean.
know what I'm saying?
We know,
yeah.
we know what you're getting at.
Yeah. It's really good. It's
I'll tell you, the more I sip it, though, the more I start to feel the proof.
yes.
I was
thank
saying
you.
the same
it's
thing.
There, bro.
The more
what I'm
the more I sip it, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's hugging you a little tighter after each sip. Like, hey, I'm here for
I'm
you.
here.
I'm here. Come in. It's warm.
Damn, a whole conversation.
Yeah, no, it's conversing with me for
Here.
sure. We conversing. We talking. Going back and forth.
Anybody got any pours on this?
4 minimum.
Wow.
You think 4 minimal?
Whoa.
At least for me, yeah. I definitely want more of this for sure.
Okay.
I'll go. I mean,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was right there with you. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it the 4-ounce pour. I'm gonna give me more. Give me more of this.
Yeah.
Because I literally was about to reach and say I would to pour me another.
Where can we find this? That's the better
We
question.
have a
Well,
bottle,
you
my guy.
guys, where can I find this for my?
Good luck, bro.
No.
I think it can't. For me, I don't think it can go past the 4. You might touch a 4.25, but
Yeah.
I'd say because the complexity is not there for me to bring it past a 4. For me, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
The finish is
Relatively short.
it's relatively short, but it's really enjoyable. You get the sweet, you get the rye,
Yes.
you get the mouthfeel. It covers your palate. It you know,
It welcomes you right in.
yeah. This is
I'm
this
here
is a
for
solid
you.
pour, and then the fact that you find out that it's you said
119.
119.
Yeah.
Stop it. Right. So this bottle is going fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going
it
fast.
is.
If you put this is going fast.
Yeah.
Right. You bring that to a bottle share. It's
Oh,
a rap skits
yeah.
for that joint.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you try this? This?
I wouldn't say a bottle share. I was thinking more like if a football
Cookout,
game or a
homies,
football.
right.
You know, like,
Any kind of event, and this bottle comes out, it's
Right.
not lasting that night.
More than 5-6 people that drink whiskey straight.
It's not
Wrap
lasting.
that up.
But you can see why they pulled this barrel aside, right?
Oh,
Found it
absolutely.
and we're like, okay, this is something different from like our usual ryes that we do.
yeah, no, we're not doing.
So here's the thing about
we're not doing
Starlight.
anything else to this.
Here's the thing about Starlight with me. They have so many expressions.
They do.
It's hard for me to like. There's certain brands that have a kind of a branded note to it, and then they have variations of that note. Starlight, it's hard for me. I don't really know a Starlight note.
They're all over the place.
You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of
Only
good.
because they have so many
Yeah.
different.
I was gonna say a lot of what we've
variations.
had though has been finished products. Whereas as this is their like traditional
That's
bourbon and
part of
rye.
the reason
Yeah, yeah,
why
I got you.
I don't really know
What
a
the note
Star
is.
Night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
The,
So do you have a pour on this, Cal?
Yeah, that rye is good. I'm trying to.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with a 3.75.
Okay.
Get this man out the room. Leave.
It's I know I would reach back to it again, but maybe only once or twice.
Okay.
Probably once. Like I would get that first class and be like, "Oh, that's pretty nice. Let me get some more of
You're
that."
saying it's not really
like if let's say we bought that to a bottle share,
Yeah.
or we bought that to a night and there's multiple liquors out there.
right.
I'm gonna reach for it and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty tasty. Let me get some more of that." So I'm gonna reach back, but after that, to your point about the build up in the chest,
Yeah, it's there.
you're gonna start to feel it after a while. You get a little less of, the more I drink it, I get a little less of the sweet, those nice soft buttery flavors, and you start to get a little bit more bite from the rye. You start to get a little bit more heat in the back. You start to get a little, you know what I mean? And then it just kind of makes you go, that was nice. What else we got?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So
I know what you mean, but I disagree. I'm gonna give it being the rye guy, I'm gonna go 4.25. I gotta give it a little bit higher. Cause I get what you're saying. The more I drink it, I do get that hug to it. But for me, the flavor was always still there that I really enjoyed. It got a little bit more spicy, which I still enjoy.
It definitely gets more spicy.
Which I still enjoy being the rye spice. So for me, it's an easy 4.25. I love what they did with this. The flavor is there. The hug is there. It's for me, from the aroma to the
It's
palate,
everything you want in a rye. Huh?
to the finish. it's everything I'm looking for. But I've had, that's why I can give it a higher than that. I've had things that are, I guess, to your point, is more flavorful. But what they're doing with this, I love it. I enjoy it. So 4.25 for me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go with 4. So I think we're all kind of in the same ballpark, but definitely not mad at it. I want more right now.
You can have some.
It's really. I feel like it's one of those ryes that even a person who doesn't love ryes can get down with a rye like this,
I think so.
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, it does have some proof on it. So if you have someone who doesn't love ryes and isn't used to the proof after a couple pours, like Cal was saying, right. That's my only concern with someone who's like,
this is not a
novice.
new. This is not a new
But
whiskey.
that initial taste was so light that it felt.
First of all,
go ahead.
there is nothing light.
no, it's not.
Nothing
I guess
light.
we're speaking to our experience now, because it's
Exactly.
like it was pretty light to me.
There's nothing light about this.
You can handle this for the first time,
And you will scorch that person's palate. I guarantee you.
No,
like
but
if
I get
it's
you.
somebody that kind of
understands,
I think they would enjoy it.
Yeah, I get
But a newbie,
I get you.
I mean, I'd be curious to see what a newbie would think, because the first 3 sips,
it drinks light.
it was light.
It was
Yeah.
It drinks lighter than
It does.
119.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, as far as an approachable rye that I'm talking about, is it's not going to knock you out with the rye spice, right?
No.
It's in there, but it also is layered with, like, a lot of things you would get on a bourbon or on, like, you know what I mean? Some sweeter
flavor.
notes.
It's rounded out.
Those tend to be my favorite ryes. Because, you're also getting the rye spice. You know it's a rye, but you're getting a lot of those other notes that kind of temper it out a little bit. So I think we're all enjoying it. It's really good. I'm ready to get in this bourbon.
Let's get into the bourbon. I already poured it, so.
So this is
Wow.
Drew's ready to go.
Skipping ahead.
So this is we're jumping up, guys. This is 126.
I'm not ready. I can tell you right now.
And this
Is
is
it 126 point what?
0.6. So you
127.
If it's anything like the rye, then I'm looking.
did we say an age on the rye? The rye was 7.5 years.
I saw that 7.5 years.
Okay.
And this is 7.
I mean, not for nothing. From what I can tell, from what I've noticed, 5 to 7 years is
Kinda
a
sweet.
sweet spot for ryes.
Thank you, my good sir.
I would say 8 to 10 years is the sweet spot for bourbons.
Interesting.
Do we have an age on that?
7.
Okay.
So I mean, in the range.
Yeah. We'll see.
Did we all get?
I'm in love with the cocoa.
Yeah.
Well,
Get any notes on the getting more vanilla extract?
well, the reason why I said cocoa was
I appreciate you for saying that.
I was actually getting cocoa. I was
Yeah.
Got that vanilla extract.
Not chocolate, but cocoa, right? Yeah, yeah. What is that? There's a creaminess to it, almost even just on the nose that I'm getting, like a savory, creamy note.
Nice.
Yeah.
Less bread than the rye, but I'm still catching a little bit of the butter.
Yep. Almost some like light fruit on there too, like cherry, strawberry. Light, but it's there.
Getting a bakery.
Not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I'm
Almost
getting- I'm getting the bakery,
pastry
pastry.
notes. Yep.
Little cronut up in there.
Cronut.
Corona.
Give me that, you know,
All right, I gotta taste this.
Yep.
sweet bread. Come on.
Oh. Oh yes.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Oh yes. Wait a minute, Mr. Pope.
that is not 126. That is also
wait for it. Wait, no, it's coming. It'll come
126 though.
after a couple more sips. It'll come.
No, I get this a little more than I get the rye.
Not 126 though.
No, not 126, but I get
A little bit more,
it hits my palate harder than the rye hits, for sure. Still nice.
So we got a little preview of this at BBR.
Okay, so for this, for
When
me,
we were back there, and I just remember it being something that stood out over everything else.
Okay.
And I think, sipping it now is just like, I mean, another one you could see of why they pulled it aside, and it stands out from everything else they do. It's just incredible.
definitely still getting the buttery notes on the palate. I'm definitely getting the hug. I definitely start to feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one hugs you.
It does not drink 120. I would give this 110 at most.
Okay.
At most. Now, granted, we started with the 119 that
Right.
wasn't drinking 119, so now the palate is a little
Warmed up.
primed for it. So maybe
We can handle that. We can handle
maybe
more.
that's the reason why it. I feel like I'm only tasting 110. But as far as I can tell right now,
So you can't tell initially that it's 126.
Right.
Once you swallow it, leaves your palate for a bit. Your palate's like, I just tasted something high proof, but I don't remember what happened. So I feel it like
No, I'm getting that same
got
feeling. Like
after
effects.
I'm
Yeah, after
swallowing
effects.
after the fact. I'm like, oh wait, the heat is still there. Whoa, the heat is lingering.
Yeah.
We here to stay for you. No, yeah, I'm getting that same thing.
all right, what we getting on
in terms
with
of
our pours? Don't everyone speak at once.
No, I was still thinking about some whiskey
Tasty
bars. Yeah, I mean the same thing. If it follows through, it's really balanced. High proof, but it's not like you don't taste it initially. I'd say I'm getting sweet. I'm getting the cocoa.
Anybody else getting kind of like a leathery note to it?
A little bit. It's in there. I wouldn't say that's a predominant note, but
It's not,
No,
but it's almost like follow me on this one. It's almost like the texture more than the flavor, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah. I see what I know what you're saying with that.
I
Yeah.
feel like the rye for me definitely had more flavor that lasted a bit longer. This flavor is nice though. Like
Yeah.
it's not like I enjoy it. But I guess it goes right into the finish for me quicker than the rye did. The rye that the initial palate, it just lingered a little bit longer before I got to the finish. This one is like boom.
I'm getting a bit longer finish on this one actually. For me.
I was about to
I
say
kind
that.
of agree.
I agree with your statement,
Oh no, yeah.
but
What part?
it's the
Well, to Drew's point, the finish. I didn't say the finish was shorter. I just said it got to the finish quicker for me. Like the initial
Right.
palate taste was
Right.
was quick, and then the finish came, and then
Right.
and it is lingering longer. But I like the flavor of the rye more, and I felt like it lasted longer.
Right.
The flavor, and then it got to the finish.
and I feel like while the finish lasts longer, it's less as intense as the rye. The rye started giving me that spice on the finish. Started giving me that, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And there was an intensity to that rye, that spiciness
Got you.
that this one doesn't have, and it's lasting longer. It's just not peaking as high. Does
That's
that make
interesting
sense?
because I don't get. Like, I feel like though this is peaking more for me than the rye did as far as the finish. I don't know.
I
why.
feel like that's more because you like
Rye.
specifically that rye finish.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's not, I don't want to say as noticeable because it's as noticeable, but it's just more desirable for you.
Yeah. Okay. I can.
So it's not as intense.
okay. I can
You know what I mean?
Because I feel like this peaks pretty quickly, and it's more than I got from the rye.
So would you give this less pours then?
Oh, he's definitely giving this less
no,
pours. I gotta told you that
Yeah.
from rip.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he rated that other one pretty high, so you can still have this one
Yeah.
high, and
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one probably. Oh, gosh, I'm terrible at rating. I'm probably gonna give it a 3.75.
that's not bad. That's
me.
good.
Like I'm not mad.
That's a good
at it.
rating. Yeah.
Kind of want a little bit more, but not as much as the rye. So I feel like that 3.75 is a good middle ground for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How about you, Tom?
Guys, this is a 4.5.
Wow.
Wow, talk about it.
This is a 4.5 ounce pour.
Nice.
I love the
That's
nose.
insane.
I love the nose. I mean, that's what I feel. I love that. That's what I feel, man.
Say, talk about it.
Talk about it. Go ahead, bro.
I think it's got everything you want in a bourbon, right? I like a bourbon that's a straight bourbon that tastes like it's finished,
Okay.
Okay.
right? That you would almost say, like, this has to be finished in something else. It's got too much going on. The flavors are, like, there's so much happening here. But it's just a straight bourbon. 7 year. I feel like it hits complexity. You get sweetness. You get enough of the other notes, the oak and the kind of tobacco.
Yeah.
Not heavy, but
Leather.
like there's enough of a journey in there. The finish is long to me.
I can see it.
It's a high proof, but doesn't punch you at the high proof.
Definitely doesn't.
Right. And it's just super balanced. It's everything I want in a bourbon. 4.5.
All right.
Nice. I'm giving this a 4-ounce pour. Give me more.
Yeah.
And it's because I can see myself pouring a nice healthy pour of this, like a nice healthy glass, sitting down and sipping on it and enjoying it every single time. And it has that nice long finish. Like to your point, Tom, it has a long finish. I can see me just chilling out, just sipping on this one. And honestly, not going to anything else afterwards. This is what I'm pouring. Because I felt like initially, you could feel that there was the proof after the fact. It almost feels like you're having a journey with the proof. Just like it starts off like maybe like 110, 108, and then as it finishes off, it's like, all right, maybe that's like 112, 115, and then after a while, maybe you might say, okay, maybe I hit 120. But no, I'm really enjoying this. So I'm giving it a 4-ounce pour.
All right.
Cal.
I'm giving it a 3.5.
Wow.
Oh, what's
Give me
up?
the
Lowest. The lowest.
Yeah, it's true.
It is good. Definitely not mad at it. I would definitely reach back for it if there was a minimal selection. But if I got more, I might get lost in the other things that are available to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would taste this. I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would put it in the vault, and I would kind of move on.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like the rye. You said that too, right? It's not one that you could have
But see, the rye, I would reach back for that second.
more often.
Yeah.
I would reach back for that second.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
got-
I gave that a little bit more.
We hit a hit. I that one.
You know what I mean? I gave it a little bit more.
Yeah. You did. You're right. Okay.
But it's really good. It definitely does not drink to what it is.
126,
And even the after effect
Yeah.
still doesn't reach 126. Because
Yeah.
we've had some 126s that are just like, whoa.
Right.
It tastes every bit of that one.
Yeah.
Like,
Whoa.
we've had some that drink. Actually, I'm not sure if we've had many that have drank lower than this.
Right.
Because it definitely does. If you, and again, this goes back to our previous conversation. If you give this to a novice, if you give this to I don't want to even say intermediate, because I feel like we're kind of an intermediate. You know what I mean? Or the upper intermediate, if you will. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even give us advanced.
Right.
But if you give this to a novice or somebody who's just used to drinking, but not necessarily drinking whiskeys,
That might be a tough.
I don't think that they would. I don't think they were gonna feel it as much as a lot of others out there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Well,
that's a lot.
I ain't reviewing for them.
Well, I know you're not reviewing
Just
for that.
all right.
I gave my review before I
disclaimer.
said that.
3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Disclaimer.
I'm just saying that how it drinks.
Okay.
It's fucking low,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
All right.
But it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. We got some the bourbon and the rye, Starlight's
Family reserve.
Family Reserve. This came out. This was like towards the end of 2020, 2023.
December. Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to the Hubers. Everybody out there,
Yeah.
man. You know.
Right. If you happen to find this on a shelf in your state,
I mean, if you do, I don't know what's going on, but
You can't go wrong with either or.
you know,
just get
I
it.
don't think.
you have some questions for them? I think we could ask them some questions. You want to?
Oh yeah.
I want to ask them some
I
questions
think
for
we're gonna
sure.
have someone on the next episode for us to.
Nice.
interview.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm excited.
Let's do it.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.
Much love to y'all.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady Pour podcast. Make sure you follow on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah.
You said, I thought we were muted during that part. My bad.